Hello everybody, I'm Alfred, and the video we're about to watch and listen to is the movie trailer for, actually it's a series, the trailer for season 3 of Barry. Let's check it out. HBO. Okay, so he's having flashbacks on April 24th. Close time for 15 years.
How can you keep me? Knowing I've made you sadly.
Can you handle more amazing news?
And yet I ask to be forgiven. Knowing the life that I've been living.
We've both done terrible things in our lives, but everybody deserves a second chance. I believe that you can be the version of yourself that you want to be. I need a purpose.
Forgiveness is something that has to be earned. It's like that line in Shawshank Redemption. Get rich or die trying.
If I don't do this, I don't live! I have to do this to live!
To get context, let me see if there is an internet movie database synopsis for this. Barry, sorry. This looks like a movie, not a scene. Okay, the trailer is here. Let me see what happens. Let me see if it's attached to actually a page that has a synopsis. Okay, a hitman from the Midwest moves to Los Angeles and gets caught up in the city's theater art scene. Okay, let's keep watching the trailer.
When I met Mr. Cousineau, I was a lost soul.
Left here on my own.
He didn't just teach me how to be a better actor. He taught me how to be a human being.
Face hell
He saved my life.
all alone.
If they're trying to make a movie about, perhaps a guy who was a hitman and he's seeking redemption or trying to hide away, or he's retired and then his past coming to catch up with him, and then him getting lost in the theater art world, there should be a lot going on. When it comes to especially the theater art world, that's an opportunity for a lot of colorful characters and differences of personalities and weirdos also, and people that also have histories who on the surface may seem like they do not have history, but may end up being actually more dangerous and more may have even a darker past than his. So all these lifestyles playing together, since it's a series, would have created something much more full and much more engaging. What I'm seeing basically, looks dry. But let's keep watching.
You look good.
So do you.
I'm like legit nervous.
If we don't hear from you in 2 hours, we will all take cyanide pills.
What? Ciao, babies.
I know it is sad that they have to, anytime they want to make someone look dangerous, and the person is white or Italian, they go that mafia route, and it is the cliche mafia route, not the real one, obviously, because how many people actually know what the real one look like. It is just the movie interpretation of what the mafia life is. But when the person's skin is dark, they will go the thuggish, ruggish route. The route of a thug, a street hoodlum. That is the kind of route they want to take. Or they will, if the person is wealthy, they will go the path of, like what 50 Cent series, that Black Mafia family, whatever that he has going on, and Power series, that kind of route, kind of like the bad guy in Luke Cage. That kind of thing. So there's still a lot of he has his roots and his early beginnings in being a thug. Then now he's a businessman in the suits bits, and has empires and businesses and things of that nature, but has that thug streak in him, but and also has an army of ground footmen of thugs, so that is how they do when it comes to a dark-skinned fellow. But that is cliche, and that's is limiting, and it's unfortunate because it's a revelation of on one hand lack of creativity, of the fear of being creative, because a lot of time Hollywood likes to go the route of, oh, this worked before, it will work again, or this is sure to work, and is not chasing after creativity like in the early days with Walt Disney, where when Walt Disney made, for example, an animation, each animation that Walt Disney made when he was alive was different from the last one. Snow White was completely different from Barbie, Bambi, and it was completely different. Those two were completely different from, the other ones, the Lion King, and that's the original Lion King, and the Aladdin. When you look at the early works, the Cinderella, the Snow White, the Bambi, those early works that Walt Disney himself was involved in, each one is completely different from the other, even the style of animation and all of that. Obviously, sadly, Disney did develop his own style. When Walt Disney himself passed, the studio developed his own style of animation, and then later it lost creativity and just became an investment house and a publishing house for other people's creations and buying up other people's companies like Pixar and the rest. That being said, if you like to be a part of taking over the entertainment industry with the gospel, reach out to us on Alfred.vip. We'll be glad to hear from you. If you are watching this and you would like to start your movie studio, cartoon studio, video game studio, and doing it for the gospel, doing it for Christ, pushing the gospel out there through entertainment, just take the first step. Don't bother with the money. Don't think money. Just take the first step. When you take the first step, you'll see you can take a second and a third and a fourth and a fifth. Those are the steps of faith. You just keep on taking steps, and you see that God will make a way. God will open the doors and set out the path for you. But you have to take that first step of faith, and the step of faith after that, and after that, and after that, and you see yourself. Before you know it, you have a great entertainment empire for the gospel that is spreading and propagating the gospel intensely. That being said, if you've not given your life to Christ, also go to Alfred.vip, click the salvation prayer link in the main menu. When you are at the page, you come out as a prayer of salvation. So that prayer telling God you want to become a Christian and begin your work with God. If you are watching this and you're a pastor, your drama department, that's your movie studio. Your choir, that's your music company. Get it done. Register a different company, a non-profit, probably with the name of your ministry, and then starts under it, let it be a movie company, and all the people in the drama department, encourage people in the congregation, if they are talented, let them either join the drama department or the choir, where it falls. Even have a rap choir, have a rock and roll choir, not just the traditional choir. Have the let people, those who are, because let it not be like you are, don't call for only those who are specific to the genre of gospel, traditional gospel, that join the choir and get to use their gifts for the gospel. Because if you do not get them those gifts, they'll use it for the world. But if there were systems in church, a lot of people who started making music in the church, they end up going into the world. But if there was a system where they were able to be given record deals and start their music careers and start their journeys in the church, they probably would have never left, because they have already started and they are doing it in the church. So understand this is a new world. We cannot stick to the same pattern of spreading the gospel that was available or that was established in the first century and make a religion out of it and be like, oh, this is the only way to preach the gospel. We must build churches and wait for people to come, and we must abide by this and all of that. You've created traditions and doctrines that are not instituted by Jesus himself, and then you follow through them and leave all the opportunities for transformation and impacting people for the world. That is why you see the LGBT and all kinds of different movements, leftist movements, any movement that wants to rise up, makes so much impact on culture and can change and influence culture so much, even though the church has always been there since the first century, and the impact of the gospel has been there, but we are sticking to certain limitations of how things have to be done. In this day and age, a church has to have also a for-profit corporation that it will enable it to do things that cannot be done through a 501c3 non-profit organization. So you have to understand that. So get that registered, let the church board know, let the entire church know that this is what you are doing, and then have that movie company, from the drama department, let the drama departments make, even if it's they start with 1 minute TikToks and all of that, making skits and short videos for YouTube, and then they grow out to make, they are making stage plays, recording it, they have their own YouTube channel, and then you are inviting people and telling people you can come and watch it live at the church. You are reaching out to people, and then people are coming, and then you are winning them to Christ, and you also have a system for follow-up and for establishment and to be a blessing, so that these people can also grow in the things of God. So it's very important you do that. Also with the choir, let them release albums, let them release music albums as well as solo albums for people who join. Create provisions for different genres, so not just those who are traditional gospel. What about those who are talented with rock and roll? Let them make Christian rock. Let them be a Christian rock choir in your church. Let them be a Christian hip hop choir in your church. Let them be a Christian pop music choir in your church. Let it be dancing. Let there be dance groups and a larger dance group, and then sub dance groups and even solo dance acts inside. So let all these things be done, because we have been told to go into all the world to preach the gospel. So we have to do everything necessary and everything possible to let the gospel be spread, let it be pushed, and let it go out there. This is something that is of extreme importance, so keep that in mind and make sure you get it started. Thank you, and God bless you.